feels good to be back on a regular schedule, because Lord knows I love watching this shit every fucking week! Well, at least it's not a snuff film this time. It's just a 70s porno spoof named Gums. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on this movie already. After all, it's directed by a guy named Robert Kaplan. I don't really know who that is, but he directed a movie called Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers. Don't know what that is either, but I'm guessing it's about a scarecrow getting fucked with the missing piece of my sandwich. Well, this certainly isn't a good sign. Already we have an actor digging through the sand for a better movie. Keep going. I'm sure From Here to Eternity is down there somewhere. Hang on. This is a porno, and the guy has already climaxed by looking at a porno magazine. I think you're doing it wrong, movie. God damn it, that's what the audience in the theater is supposed to do when they get bored. I've already paid for the ticket. This movie isn't very hot, so I'll just look at this new issue of Asian Chicks. He goes to, I guess, wash himself off, but he's got pretty good recovery time, since not only does he have another erection, but he's getting blown underwater, and he appears to be having absolutely none of this. Damn it, ladies. Just because you have teeth doesn't mean you should treat my junk like a delicious blow pop. There is no bubblicious inside my dick. Just tapioca. I don't get what the big deal is here. So he got blown. That gonna be our villain? Surprise blowjobs? It's the movie that proves that it's not safe to go in the water, because you might get a terrible yeast infection. Wait, he's dead? Why else would Sheriff Cockswing be there? I'm not making that up either. His name is Cockswing, because that rhymes with Brody. So if the sea nymph was biting his dick off, he sure was taking it well. Let that be a lesson to you, Weasel. It should have been the best orgasm of your life.
It's his cock. Jesus, looks like he's been sucked off by a beaver.
Yeah, well, you should know, Dick.
Okay, was it literally sucked off by a beaver, or were you just being a smartass? Was it worth tracking down a real beaver for that joke? Ma'am, don't put that in your mouth. Goddamn porn stars. Apparently the dick doesn't have to be attached to anything for them to suck it. It just has to be there. Uh-oh, it wouldn't be a Jaws spoof without the nasty mayor.
If it isn't Mayor Ike White.
What the hell do you mean by closing the beach? Dick tells me you shut that beach tighter than a virgin's cunt.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, your misogyny gets me so hard. No, really, it is getting the sheriff hard, because he's getting a blowjob under the table. And, how do I put this? I don't think it's this actor's real dick. How do I know? Well, let me put it to you like this. It looks like it should be this guy's dick instead of the sheriff's. I guess they figured we wouldn't notice that it's a black man's dick, since it's very small. If the sheriff weren't currently employing a stunt cock, this case would be solved by now. That's supposed to be the Jaws music. Sounds like my cat trying to play the Charlie Brown theme. Also, since this is about a sea nymph swimming around and biting men's dicks off, I think that if any movie should be called Jaws, it's this. In fact, Gums is the last thing I think this needs to be called.
Gentlemen, as unbelievable as this may sound, I believe that this may be the work of a rampant, sex-crazed mermaid.
That your first theory? Why rule out the killer condom theory? It's just as preposterous. Thankfully, they asked the help of Dr. Smegma, the Matt Hooper equivalent, who was getting fucked by the winner of the Linda Lovelace look-alike contest. Funny thing about that contest, the winner is also the loser. Unfortunately, the press has gotten wind of this underwater whorehouse.
Byline by Gingo. Norm Gingo does it.
Norm Gingold did it. Pulitzer Prize for Gingold.
The fuck is he talking about?
This story is gonna make Watergate look like a limp prick. Don't feel too hard about it. Motherfucker.
Geez, sorry. He's gotta go off and be Vic Morrow somewhere else. Okay, so what's going on now? Looks like the guy who played Rocky Horror is having the loneliest parade ever. No need to care about that. After all, the movie doesn't. On to spoof the town hall scene. The mayor's got a big tie. Just like in the movie?
The only way we're going to salvage this season is to broadcast on all the stations that we have a $500 bounty for the capture of the she-devil.
That's right, she-devil. I wasted $5 on you. You deserve to be blown up by a scuba tank. Alright, so when is Quint gonna show up in this thing?
Don't panic. Don't piss in your pants. I'll catch that bitch for you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What?
Captain Carl Clitoris, currently commander of the SS Cunnilingus.
A Nazi? He's a fucking Nazi? You know, maybe I shouldn't get so upset. It's easy to blur the line between Jaws spoof and Gestapo's last orgy. How'd you like to be in this theater where you're pleasing yourself to underwater chicks, then suddenly you're pounding it to the Third Reich? So was the Robert Shaw character really ripe for Nazi parody? I never looked at Fisherman Bartholomew Quint and thought, SS bastard.
Yakety yakety yak. Yakety yakety yak. Quid pro quo, tit for tat. If you show me your tit.
I don't even know what he's saying, but it sounds very Nazi-y. Wait a minute. Brother Theodore? It's stand-up comedian Brother Theodore. Sorry, I'm used to seeing him watch Tom Hanks eat a sardine in The Burbs. Not playing a Nazi in a Jaws porno spoof called Gums. By the way, his character's name is Carl Clitoris.
Just what is your price, Clitoris?
Clitoris.
Oh, I'm sorry. Clitoris makes your name sound sexual, while clitoris makes it sound like you're in a shitty porno. Don't worry, extras. I'm watching this movie too.
Well, who were your parents, my sweet little thing? Where were you during the war? Tell me. Tell your daddy where you...
Just like in Jaws. Wait, it was a big mouth Billy Bass this entire time? I wish. Then the movie would at least have a kickin' soundtrack. Ooh, nice. A beach and backgammon. Any minute now, John Locke will show up. So, is this really the busy season? This has the sex appeal of an actual nude beach. The mayor goes out to test the water, but oh no! Oh, yeah, false alarm. It was just a gay guy. Eventually, the mermaid does show up, and the mayor gets sucked off. Interesting fact, that's not salt water, but it's about to be. Thank God Dr. Smegma's here. He's a little late because he was busy fucking a blow-up doll. Ladies, please, you're not made of plastic. Well, some of you anyway.
There's no doubt about it. This mutilated cock is the work of a lovelorn mermaid.
Why is that everybody's first theory? It's fucking stupid. Plus, it's fucking wrong. She isn't part fish at all, except for maybe some gills. Now I know, you could tell me that she's of an older lore where the mermaids actually do have legs, but I'm not buying it. They were just too lazy to buy themselves a fishtail. And they were too lazy to write a real scene.
I'm looking for 233 Cedar Drive.
This is 232. Take a walk. I'm busy.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Come on, baby, let's go. Wrong place.
Well, thanks for that, asshole. That was some Nuki action right there. Well, I take that back. This scene eventually did lead to something.
Gimme, big boy. hot. Oh, let me do it to you doggy style.
Great. It's a fucking Michael Bay movie now. If you feel you still got one in you after watching the dogs fuck, don't worry. Mrs. Brody masturbates for a solid 5 minutes while the sheriff answers the door wearing Zach's costume from Parenthood. Also, I am fully expecting Matt Hooper to fuck Mrs. Brody in this one. What? They want to make it faithful to the book, right? That is, after they get done including Puppet Pirate into the mix. There's no setup to that, by the way. Just suddenly, Mrs. Brody is sucking off a puppet. And it comes in her face. I haven't asked this since grade school, but where did the white stuff come from? And why is this movie so fascinated by dolls? Hooper and Brody run a fucking train on a blow-up doll, and I think it should be obvious that this movie is no Searchers. What's this? A horse? Run out of dolls or something? While I may not be turned on by the image of Mrs. Brody riding a horse, this guy seems to like it. And isn't that all that matters? So long as the perverted old man in the movie is getting hard, who am I to complain? Eventually, Hooper does fuck Mrs. Brody, and bravo! All they gotta do now is add the Mafia subplot, and I'd say this is a fairly solid adaptation. After all, even Bruno Mattei was smart enough to keep in the Mafia plot. I don't know what else to say about this scene, other than it's nice to see Matt Hooper stick his tongue in something that has a bigger beard than he does. Oh right, there's a mermaid castrating people. Better get back to that.
Hey, what's that? What? Oh, that? Don't worry about that. Why, that's the famous chicken of the sea. What about that?
You know what's even funnier? Picturing the poor assistant who had to buy 20 rubber chickens for a shitty pun in a porno spoof called Gums. When Brody and Hooper, I am not calling them by their porno names. When Brody and Hooper fail at capturing the mermaid, best, bring in the Nazi.
This should see the cunnilingus. This are no boats. This are shit houses. Oh my God. See the SS cunnilingus?
Just because you can put drunk Mel Gibson in your movie doesn't mean you should. Aw, tired of being underwater? Like it matters. Either way, she's gonna have to hold her breath. Oh, there you go. Just throw a bunch of porn in the ocean. That'll catch her. Because everyone knows that if there's one way to lure in a beautiful naked woman, it's to surround yourself with porn. But apparently it works because her head pops out of the damn toilet to give him a blowjob. Good thing you didn't have to go number 2. Or is it? I must say, this gives new meaning to the term rim job. But leave it to a fucking Nazi to ruin a perfectly hot moment of a girl blowing a guy through a toilet.
Ei, das hast du schön gemacht. Ei, das hätte ich nicht gedacht. Einmal hin, einmal her, rundherum, das ist nicht schwer.
Putting on the Ritz? Since the porn trick happened to work, next stop, disguise a bomb as a giant cock that makes weird noises. Son of a bitch! I appreciate that they're using the sound effects from Echo the Dolphin, but it's making my ears and my penis bleed.
This is it. Blitzkrieg.
No, it's not Blitzkrieg. You're trying to kill a mermaid who is sucking guys' penises off. Nothing is ever mentioned again about this giant penis, so Brother Theodore tricks the mermaid into sucking his fake penis, which is actually a stick of dynamite. That kills him. Why didn't it explode? The dynamite. Why didn't the dynamite explode? This movie about a horny mermaid with rabid dick-sucking lips is starting not to make sense. And why are they trying to kill her? Her only crime is sucking a mean dick a little too well. Don't kill her for that. Just ask her to tone it down a bit. Oh good, now it's starting to make sense. The puppets are gonna kill her. Not this big cock bomb that vanished from the movie, nor Hummler's dynamite cock, or even the sheriff, who again completely disappears from the action. But two puppets fuck her to death. Great. Now I can finally say that I've seen Puppetry of the Penis, and I've yet to see Let My Puppets Come. Spoiler alert, you get to find out what makes Guy smiley. I would say that it's nice to be back on a regular schedule, but being back involves watching something like Gums. And what did I think of Gums? Oh my god, it was so fucking funny. It was horrible. Of course it was horrible. And as we all know, a porno spoof must be just as good as the movie it's spoofing. Otherwise, it ruins the good name of Jaws. Well, maybe not as much as Jaws the Revenge, but at least that movie didn't have Nazis in it.
There must be a school of fish around here or something. Such a horrible smell.